Hey you guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are doing one of the most highly requested videos. We're going to be sharing...
Highly anticipated.
Highly anticipated. Everyone's been begging me for this video. But we are going to tell our love story. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. This is the only time we have to do this. We've been trying to film this for a few days, but Knox is getting crazy and he's getting into everything. So like, when he's awake, it's just too hard to film anything.
It's a tornado.
We have our spotlight on, and we're in the studio. We're going to tell our love story today. We are still in quarantine, and I'm feeling more confident in my decision to marry you after being in quarantine.
Thank you.
Because I'm not sick of you, and we've been together literally 24/7. You've been more sick of me than I've been sick of you. Yes! We've decided... This is like a really romantic start to our love story, hello. But we've decided Cole loves me, but sometimes he doesn't like me.
Just
He likes me a lot.
I like
we
you a
actually we are best friends. So we sometimes annoy each other.
As you can see.
We annoy each other sometimes, but like I would say 99% of the time we really like each other. But now we're gonna get into our love story. We were talking about this a couple days ago, and I have to be honest, I didn't realize how cute it was until we were talking about it. And we were finding photos. I was like, wait, this is a pretty cute love story. Don't you think?
Very cute.
I think you could make a movie out of it, to be honest.
Wow.
Or a Wattpad story.
What's that?
It's those romance novels that people, the football players roommate.
Yes,
we were on a cover of a Wattpad story.
Yeah, we already have one. We're good.
Yeah, but I feel like our love story is
about it.
pretty cute. It's nothing totally crazy, but it's sweet. We met at BYU Hawaii when we were in college, and I had never even been to Hawaii before, like ever, growing up or anything, and I didn't know anybody at school here. I knew my friend Randy Parks. I knew of her because we went to the same high school, but she was older than me and we weren't really like friends, so I knew of her that she was here, but I didn't know anyone personally, so I was pretty nervous to come to school here. I wasn't going to originally, but I just kept feeling this pull to move to Hawaii and go to BYU Hawaii. And I kept praying about it, and I was like, for some reason I really feel like I need to go to BYU Hawaii. I never thought the reason was to meet Cole. I just kept feeling this pull to move here, and in hindsight, like, moving here literally changed my whole life. Like, I wouldn't have met Cole, I wouldn't have Knox, I wouldn't have the friends that I have, I wouldn't have the career that I have, and I wouldn't, like, have the life that I have that is, like, it's shaped me so much, so I'm so grateful I moved here. But that's where it started, 2015. I moved out to school here. I was 18 years old, and Cole was already out here for school. He came here 2010, right?
2010. Yep. Yeah, I did a year and then went on my mission for the church and returned thereafter 2 years.
Thereafter.
A few years
He
later.
was gone for 2 years, and then he came back. So he did another year of school in the meantime. We're 5 years apart, but the reason we were at school at the same time was because he took 2 years off for church service mission. So then when I moved out to school, he had already been here for 2 years, and this is when it gets interesting.
Juicy.
No, not even. It's like not even juicy yet. It never really gets juicy.
At some point it does.
So the first time we met, the school we went to is a really small school. It's actually smaller than the high school I went to. So you know everyone like pretty quick. And something...
Small town too.
Small town. It's like we live in the country. I know you might not think that we live in the country because we live in Hawaii, but like there's one grocery store. It's called Foodland by us. Foodland.
And there's one haircut store.
Called the haircut store.
The haircut store.
There's no Costco, no Target, no shopping. Like, it's just beaches and mountains. We're in the country. So
everything is an hour away.
Yeah, like we're country folkin'.
The Hawaii country.
We're surfer country folk.
Folkin? What did you say, Folkin? Watch the language.
It's a small school, and so little did I know at the time, everyone knows everyone. So I went on dates with some of his friends. didn't really foresee that they would be his friends. I remember I actually hung out with one of his roommates before I knew who he was, and he said to me, he introduced me to my roommates, and he's like, oh, Cole isn't here yet. Coolest guy ever. Coolest guy ever.
Really?
Coolest guy ever. And he was like, oh, you have to meet him. He's the best. And I kept hearing about him. And then I actually became friends with his little brother. So me and his little brother, Lad, came out to school at the same time. We lived in dorms next to each other. So we were really good friends, and we'd hang out. And then cut over to Cole. You can tell your little side of the story before we met.
So I was dating this girl, wasn't really feeling it anymore, and I wanted to move on, and
You guys took a break.
yeah, we took a break, and I saw this chick talking and telling a story to a group of people, and she was like laughing and just had the prettiest smile, and just like, I don't know, magnetic is the word that comes to mind. I always say that. She was just like really charismatic, you could tell, and just everybody was
I was
like,
working the crowd.
she was working the crowd. Everybody was listening to her, and I was like,
I don't even remember this.
I want a chick like that, like just really like fun and positive, and
Oh, thank you.
and so
But then this is what happened.
Yeah.
He broke up with that chick. Also, it was weird because like I said, it's a small school, so I met him, and I would see him around, and I'd be like, hey, and she'd always be like, Cole, she's waving at you. And I'm like, no, I'm not waving at you, I'm waving at the both of you. But we'd see each other around. So like I said, I was friends with his little brother. He was broken up with this girl, and I knew about Cole because I met him very briefly a few times. Actually, I knew that we had the same birthday.
I didn't until we talked at Taco Bell one time.
I went to Taco Bell with his little brother and some other friends, and he was like, oh yeah, my brother Cole has the same birthday too. So we were like, oh, we have the same birthday. That was one of the first times we kind of hit it off.
And then I got your Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
Remember we
you got
snapped a bunch. Yeah.
And then, but this is like, I don't remember what happened first. Like, there was like a week that we kept running into each other places. You got my Snapchat, but I think you got my Snapchat after we talked in the cafeteria.
At one point, I was on a date with a girl, with my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, and I was on a date.
She was with one of my friends' little brothers on a date, and they were buying like toothpaste.
No, that was
and
just
gum.
That was literally
he
just
was.
because he needed it.
Yeah, he just needed it.
We were not.
Gum and toothbrush and toothpaste or something.
But we were in line at the checkout together.
And I said,
Cole's like,
just getting the essentials, huh?
Getting the essentials. That was one of those other funny moments because the guy I was with and his girlfriend
Didn't say anything.
didn't say a word. And me and Cole were over
But
here
we were
like
just-
hardy, just like cracking up in the line. And we were not
We talked
flirting
for
though.
like
We were with
a
other
minute,
people.
though.
Yeah. And so there had been
We were just being friendly.
Yeah, but there was a few moments like within a week of each other. I remember just like seeing each other, laughing, talking. But then the first time we had like a real conversation, I went to the cafeteria after class and I saw his younger brother sitting down eating, and it was like a random time of day. There's no one really in there, so I went and sat by him. We were eating, and then Cole came and sat by his brother. So it was like the three of us and then one of our other friends, and I think that's the moment that we realized like how
It wasn't the first time.
That
It
we
wasn't
had
the first time.
talked.
We talked a
But
couple
we talked
times
super briefly all
in the
those other
cafeteria.
times.
And I remember going to the cafeteria a couple more times and thinking, man, I want to run into this girl again. I remember that. I want to run into this girl again because she's super funny and I want to talk to her. I remember. And then we had a really good conversation and we completely forgot who else was there.
Yes, we
'Cause
were
it was
like
just us.
We were
zoned in on
totally
each other.
vibing on each other, and we didn't even like. We were just connecting so well. Not even necessarily in like a. We weren't even. Maybe we were probably flirting a lot, but like, I literally thought, have I met you before? Like, why can't I talk to you so easy? And it was funny because like last year, one of my friends was like, oh yeah, I was there when you two fell in love, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I was in the cafeteria when you guys were talking for the first time. I'm like, you were there? She's like, yes, I was sitting right next to you. And I'm like, I had no idea. All I knew is that Cole was there. But after we talked in the cafeteria.
Made her a waffle, you guys. It was really good.
Yeah, he made me a waffle with ice cream.
With ice cream on it. So good.
I'm really trying to remember this timeline, but
What?
I think that you were on a break with your girlfriend. So they weren't split up. Yeah, you broke up with her, but we
And
didn't
then
talk.
I got your number on Snapchat.
Yeah.
We still have this.
But you never talked to me
No.
when you were dating someone. Like, I don't remember the exact timeline. All I remember is we didn't start talking till you weren't with anyone. And so
Had to make it official.
his roommate invited me over to watch a movie at their house. And I wasn't interested in his roommate, but I was like, ooh, I'm down to go to, I was living in the dorms, and I'm like,
There was a lot of boys at
ooh,
at
there
my
was a lot of
house.
boys there, like an off-campus party, fun. And so I went, and he was watching a surf movie, him and his roommates, and I sat down next to his friend who invited me over, and he was, I think, trying to flirt with me. I wasn't really that interested, but
I just addressed you across
and
the
you were
room.
like, Maddie,
So.
this means a chandelier means someone drops in on you and snakes your wave. And I was like,
I gave her the 101.
nobody was explaining
On
surfing to me, and I
surfing.
was like, no,
She didn't know
I know
anything
so
about
much
surfing.
about surfing. I'm from Arizona, hello. I'm like, oh, I know so much about surfing. And then I was really confused what was going on, and Cole was like explaining it to me. So then I was like, oh, nice. And then you said to me, how was your day today? What did you do? Across the room with all these people there. And I was like, that's very nice of you. No, you said, come look at this meme.
Oh, yeah.
And that's been the foundation of our relationship ever since.
Come look at this.
That was
I want to
like-
know what the meme
That was
is.
like a crystal ball to our relationship. And then everybody left, but the friend who invited me over did not leave. So it was me, Cole, and that friend. And me and Cole at this point are like zoned in on each other. Like
talked
we
about
are so into each other, like laser focused. And then Cole's friend was sitting there, and we were kind of like, okay, well, I don't really know what to do from here because there's a guy here. So I went home. And then the next night, you invited me over to watch a movie. So I came over with some of my roommates. We watched Lords of Dogtown, and I scratched your back that night. And then at the
That
end
was
of
it,
that
pretty
night,
much
same
after
sitch, his roommate wouldn't leave. And I'm like, bro, I'm not into you.
Oh, but then we went on a bike ride.
Yes, but I'm like, it was like midnight, and he still hadn't left yet. So Cole was like, do you want to go on a bike ride? And I'm like, very much. So we got on our bike.
The
We
temple.
just biked all around like the college town, and then we went to the temple, like our church temple, and we just like sat there and hung out. And we
talked
got
for, like, 2
so
hours.
personal too.
Yeah.
We talked for literally like till 2 a.m. I'm pretty sure. Like we got to know each other so well. It because it was so easy to talk. And I remember that he dropped me off, and I remember I looked at him kind of weird, and he said to me, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna kiss you." Do you remember that?
Yes.
Cause he like
Yeah.
biked me to my dorm, and then he was like, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna kiss you." I was like, okay.
I don't know why. I guess just because I had gotten out of a relationship.
Yeah, I think you were
I
just
wanted
like-
to take it slow, and
Yeah.
also I was the old guy. I was like,
We were 5 years. We were 5
Yeah, I'm
years.
5 years
different.
older. Yeah.
I
I
was
would've been
18 and
graduating.
he was 23.
Yeah.
So like, now 5 years doesn't seem like anything, but for an 18-year-old girl, the last boy I dated was also like an 18-year-old kid. Yeah. But then the next day, you invited me over again, and then invited me over again. So we hung out after that day
every single day.
every single day.
There wasn't a day where we didn't see each
Oh
other.
yeah.
Even when I worked till like 1 a.m.
2 weeks into dating, we still hadn't kissed yet. He was worried that he would be like taking away my freshman year by like committing to me. I mean, not committing, like he wasn't dating anyone else, but like he didn't want to pressure me. So we went to the beach that day with all of our friends, and he lost his car keys, but I had to go to work, so I had to leave with one of my roommates. And then we found the car keys. My friend Randy actually had them in her backpack. So that night, we borrowed someone's car and drove up. He drove a freaking limo. I'm not exaggerating. That was like,
I missed that car.
he had 2 different limos,
Yeah, that was my second.
which is
one.
actually more astonishing of anything.
Yep.
And so we went to the beach. It was Sunset Beach, which this is kind of cute because we live at Sunset Beach right now, married with a baby. But we drove up, it's like 20 minutes away from campus. We probably had a blanket or
Blanket or
something.
towel.
But it was late at night. We were just like looking at the stars, listening to the waves. So we were sitting on the beach, and I still knew that like he was waiting to kiss me or something. But we were like this, nose to nose, for so long. Just like this, forever. We just kept like doing this.
And then I like
and
kissed,
Cole,
I think
no,
I kissed your head. or
Cole
something,
said, yeah,
or
you kissed
your
my,
cheek.
no, you kissed my nose.
Your
It was kind
nose.
of cute, because you kissed my head, then you kissed my nose, and you kissed like my
And then
chin.
we started touching lips.
And then, yeah, we were like basically kissing, and then you said like, oh, your lips are so kissable. And I was like, you cannot say that and not kiss me. Like, are you kidding me? And then you just like, you just kissed me. And then we made out.
We didn't. Quick backstory, if Maddie wants to put this in there, I don't know. As members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the older returned missionaries are viewed as sometimes creepy. Not
This is
creepy.
essential, I bet.
What?
No, this is kind of important.
Yeah.
I don't want,
The
it's
culture.
not like you normally wait 2 weeks to kiss someone
Yeah.
or something.
Part of the culture is these you get these RMs, the returned missionaries, who kind of they creep on the freshman girls.
Yeah.
And all the freshman girls get really creeped out by it.
Because
so they
they're
end
like,
up,
you're 5 years older than me.
you don't want to scare her
That,
away.
I think that's why he waited a long time to like
That-
kiss
that
me
was
and
why.
stuff. Is because he was like, I do not want to be that guy who like you were not intending on dating an 18-year-old girl. I was
No.
just so mature for my years.
I didn't want to date a freshman. I married a freshman girl.
I just was like excelling beyond my maturity.
Beyond your years.
I was like a 60-year-old woman at heart, and so,
Old soul. No. I'm just a young soul.
yeah, honestly, that's what it was. I felt like Cole was an 18-year-old boy. I'm like, at first I'm like, you're 23, you could be a dad, and then I was like, oh, you're like an 18-year-old actually. Yeah, we made out, and then after that, literally
Game
game
over.
over.
Literally couldn't stand being away from each other.
Like Cole was saying, he worked at a burger joint, whoop, whoop, and he would get off
Till 1 in the
like,
morning.
Literally, he'd get off at 1.
1:30 or something.
I remember.
There was one night we almost didn't get together,
Yeah.
and we were texting,
'Cause
and it was
2
literally
2 in the morning.
don't
I was in
tell
the-
your mom.
Oh, my mom, whatever.
It was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, oh man, I wish we could cuddle. And I did not. I was like calling her bluff because I didn't think she'd be
Because
down.
Cole said, I miss you, I wish we were together.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He's like-
pick me up, cool. And he's like,
I'm like,
no, I need to
"Free."
go to bed. And then I was like,
I seriously didn't even want to get out of my bed.
Yeah,
I
he
was
was like,
cozy.
oh, I was just
showered. I
saying
was
that.
totally ready for bed. Just like trying to go to sleep. But I
and
couldn't
I was
sleep.
like, pick me up, Coop. And he was like, no, I need to go to bed. And then I was like, okay. 5 minutes later, hey,
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm coming. Wait outside your dorm.
Picked her up in the limo. I don't know where. we
Imagine
were.
this scene. I lived in a dorm, and Cole would just roll up in his limo, and people would be like, "Oh, your boyfriend's here. Your boyfriend's here to pick you up." And we drive away in this limo with no windows, like
It was
plants
white,
growing
you
out.
guys. Classy.
on
It
the
was
floor.
classy.
Just imagine this. We dated in Hawaii. Like, it was pretty dreamy for me. I'm like, I was a 18-year-old girl from Arizona, and he was this, like, way hot surfer boy from San Diego. He's tan. He was super good surfer. He'd pick me up from class or work. We'd just go to the beach all day. Like, literally, when we had a free day, when we weren't working or in school, like 10-hour beach days, and I'm not exaggerating.
You know what was annoying though when people would say stuff like, "Oh, anyone can fall in love,
Fall in love in Hawaii."
Oh, it's the like that used to take me off so
I'm like, oh yeah, we're not actually. He hadn't asked me to be his girlfriend yet, but we'd been hanging out a ton for like that whole month and a half, and then we have the same birthday, like we said. So it was in October, and one of our friends has the same birthday too.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 of us decided to have a big party. We went beach camping on the west side with a bunch of our friends. So we just did like a big bonfire, s'mores,
Hot
music, hot dogs, and we all slept under the stars. And then we tried to swim with dolphins in the morning, and it was so fun. Like, after spending,
Super fun.
after that day,
I fell more madly in love with Maddie that night.
but we didn't know. We weren't even official yet.
No, and we hadn't said it.
No. But that was like, because we'd spent that whole day camping together, and then the whole next day, and then the whole next day. And after that, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been with you for 3 days straight, and I still am like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to be away from you.
I remember you said that too,
Mm-hmm.
when I dropped you off. Yeah.
And then about like a month later, I went to the mainland to visit some friends in college, and we weren't official yet.
Halloween, you went, and I said, like, if you want to hang out with guys there, because I knew, yeah. I said, you know, have fun. Don't worry, like, I'll be here when you get back. Something like that.
He just was basically,
I was saying,
I think he was trying not to pressure me. He didn't want to ruin my freshman year. I was only 18, and he was like really worried about keeping me from like living my life and having fun. And so, but after he said that, I was like,
didn't want to scare her away.
no, there's a 0% chance I will hang out with other guys.
Made her want to date me even harder, right?
Mm-hmm. But then he picked me up from the airport, and he had flowers, and then that night he asked me to be his girlfriend. So then we dated.
It was that day?
Yeah,
That night when you got
exactly.
back?
He asked me to be your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so we went home for Christmas. We were going home for Christmas. It was only like, it was
Because I
like,
missed
yeah,
her so much.
2 weeks. But before he dropped me off, so the day before he dropped me off at the airport, I was like, I think he's in love with me. But you hadn't said it yet. And then that night he put on this song that was our wedding song, and well, ended up being our wedding song. And he was like, "This song's so special. Like, I can't even listen to it with other girls because I want to like save it for the right girl." And it was playing. And we were laying there looking at each other, and I was like, "Here it is." And he said, "Maddie, I love
Everything about you.
And I was like, "What the freak does that mean?" Whatever.
I love everything about you. Did I pause?
Yes, you did. It was like you meant it. It's like you meant to mess with me.
Just messing with your mind.
So then the
I
next
knew
morning,
that you were thinking that I was going to say that, but I didn't want to say it yet.
but you wanted to say it 4 hours later when you dropped me off at the airport.
Yeah.
So then the next day, Cole dropped me off at the airport super early, and I was getting up. I was about to walk away, and he said, "Wait, Maddie, I love you."
And she didn't say it.
I said it back, and then I said it back, and then I was so giddy on that flight, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, how am I not gonna see him for the rest of Christmas break?" And I was like, the whole time we were apart, I was just dying to go back with you. I mean, it was literally like less than 2 weeks, and I was dying. But then right before Christmas, a package came, and he surprised me with some treats and a sweatshirt, and he painted this for me. This is the beach that his family lives at.
Oh, look at the back.
Oh, it says Cole Castellano with 2 hearts. Like I'd forget. And he mailed it to my house, and it was really sweet. But after that, I was like, okay, I think I love. Well, I knew I loved you. We already said it. Flash forward to May.
It was May 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, right before that, her parents came and visited, and that's when I met them. Got
Asked for
permission. She thought I was gonna propose then, but
My
I
family
tricked
was
her.
there.
I was waiting for the ring to come. It was in the mail.
No,
you know,
this
I had
is
to-
kind of cute.
I had to wait for
Cole
my
had-
tax returns, you guys.
Cole had no money.
My
you
tax
guys.
return.
We
was a
neither of
poor
us
boy.
had any money. We were
We were in
both in
college.
college. We were both working, and I was like, I wonder when he's gonna propose. Like, we want to get married this summer. It's freaking May, and he
wanted to
didn't have
keep her
any money, so he had to wait till his tax return came so he could afford a little ring.
And I saw the ring on her Pinterest, and I knew that was the one,
Yeah.
and I got it. It was actually pretty funny. It was at Cavella Bay in Hawaii on the North Shore, and there's a World War II bunker there. It's really cool, it's old. So, we were walking, holding hands. I had the ring, and there's a lot of moving parts to this production. Our friends were hiding under the bunker, and they had this tank of gasoline with the rope. And then my friends came out and played the music. When I got on one knee, I was very nervous. I didn't even put the ring on her finger, actually.
He just handed
I just hand the ring to her.
He like did his whole spiel.
And I didn't notice so I was waiting for the rope to be set off in flames, and it would be really cool, and then I would go on one knee, but it didn't happen. And then there was a lot of commotion below us, and the tank of gas caught on fire. Luckily it wasn't pressurized or anything, so
Under us in the bunker.
it didn't blow up and kill everyone. You guys, we all could have died in a flaming bomb, a gasoline bomb.
Cole's brother couldn't get the rope to light.
Yeah.
And so he accidentally lit the guitar case on fire.
Oh, yeah,
and then the guitar case lit the gasoline tank on fire. And then he had to chuck it
crazy.
out of the hole.
It was crazy. Yeah. It could have been bad, but we dodged a bullet, dodged a bomb.
So then we got engaged in May. We were going to get married that July, but we were both in school till June. We had to get married quick because school was starting in August, and we were saving ourselves for marriage, so we were like, we're not trying to have a 5-year engagement over here. So once we knew we were the ones, we were like, okay, let's speed this thing up. So we just had a quick engagement.
Yep.
I had never met his family. I met both of his brothers, but he had 2 more brothers, and then his parents. I had never met them until June. We were getting married in July, and that was pretty scary, honestly. And then we got married in July. It was the best day ever. It was seriously like all of our friends came from Hawaii and California and Utah and Arizona, and
Yeah, it was actually
all of our
amazing
family was
how
there.
many people were there.
So many people were there. It was so cool when you like walk in to get married and you just see like everyone you love in one room. It was like all Cole's family friends, my family friends, our mutual friends, our family, grandma and grandma's. It was just like the best day ever. So we got married and then went on our honeymoon to Costa Rica, moved back out here to Hawaii, and now we've been here ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Cole was here before, but ever since we met in 2015. And
I can't believe it's been 5
I
years.
know, it's been 5 years since we met.
Almost.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's been 5 years since we met.
And now it's full circle. We're back to Sunset Beach,
Mhm.
100 yards from where we had our first kiss.
With a baby.
With a little baby.
And more babies to come. But I really hope you guys liked this video. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It means so much to us. We're so excited because we just hit 10K, which is awesome. And in the comments, please let me know what kind of videos you want to see. We want to make videos that you guys really enjoy watching, as well as videos we enjoy making. If there are any videos you want to see, please let us know in the comments. And we will be seeing you soon.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.